Let's shift focus to Myanmar now. The anti-coup protests, in fact, died down in the last few weeks. Myanmar was slowly slipping out of the news cycle, but ethnic rebel groups are determined to carry on fighting. They have destroyed an army base along the eastern border with Thailand. It was a much-needed morale booster for the opposition. But the army is preparing for a decisive response. Troops are being moved to forward positions. Myanmar appears to be on the verge of a full-blown civil war. Here's a report.
The Myanmar junta has met a formidable opponent. They lurk in the shadows, using the cover of night to strike decisively. The Karen guerrillas, battle-hardened fighters from the country's southeast. On Monday, they mounted a daring attack on a military base along the Thai border. Karen fighters seized a base at night and torched it to the ground. The fire was still burning by Tuesday morning. In these videos, shot from across the border, you can faintly hear a gun battle raging. The attack was a morale booster for the anti-coup camp, but the joy was short-lived. Within hours, the junta struck back. They carried out airstrikes on villages controlled by the Karen army. Battalions are moving into forward positions, possibly for a larger offensive. Nearly 25,000 villagers have fled their homes. The stage is set for a full-blown civil war. The Army-Karen rivalry isn't new. It is often called the oldest running civil war in the world. The coup in February has reignited this conflict. Young protesters are enrolling at Karen training camps. Here they are given rudimentary battle training for the war ahead. Away from the border, protests continue, but they have lost momentum in the last couple of weeks. There was a brief demonstration in Yangon on Tuesday. Dozens marched through the streets. Their hands held up in the three-finger salute. Bystanders responded with applause and salutes of their own. Moments later, they dispersed. This is the new form of protesting in Myanmar, flash mob style, because sustained rallies are an easy target for the army. Open protests have become rare, but the Karen offensive in the east has injected some momentum. Protesters fear the world may soon forget the coup in Myanmar. There were signs of this over the weekend. Myanmar's coup leader visited Jakarta for the Asian summit. Leaders agreed on a post-coup consensus in Myanmar, but there was no mention of political prisoners. Protesters saw this as a sign of Asian collusion. This is the biggest worry for Myanmar's citizens, that the world will move on, that this will be another forgotten coup. And looking back at history, it is difficult to fault them. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.